This is for you, Mama. I love you. 1, 2, 1. How everything's one. Can you tell me again? Are you the soil, the sun? The rain falls and we start to grow. Were we all once conversations?
Hello, I'm Sherilyn Bridget Avalon, and welcome to Awaken Within with Sherilyn.
Yes, yes, very true. And then you say we're electromagnetic beings of energy vibration, you know, which kind of explains your spiral of frequency that you have here in this graphic. But can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, I think more and more science is getting closer and closer to understanding that, all their need for proof has become a little bit purposeless, I suppose, because there's never any proof. We live in an energy universe. The universe is made up of energy frequencies, and so when you understand that you are part of that universe, and therefore you understand how you work within that, and you learn how to interact with that energy field, and that energy field to me is like having a big supermarket. That it's an energy field that is full of possibilities and opportunities and potential. So how you approach it and how you use that, I guess how I describe it to understand it is that you and I are able to talk across these wonderful waves we can't see. I mean, isn't it wonderful? You're in Las Vegas, I'm in Melbourne, Australia. How crazy is that?
That's really amazing.
My mother came down here right now. She's been gone for many years. She'd go, where is this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But it's possible because of, I guess, electricity and other things, right? Mm-hmm. So I always look at the way that we use electricity. So that comes from a central supply.
Right.
But that supplier doesn't care what we use it for. We can use it for a microwave, or we can use it for our computers, or we can use it for a fridge.
Okay.
It's just available. And that is how I see the universal energy source. It's available. And what we do with it, how we use it, that is our free choice. We just haven't understood that.
Yes,
and
okay.
So all my work now is teaching people how to connect with it, so how to plug into it, and then to make a choice what to use it for. But the crazy thing about how society or the power mongers have manipulated our minds is that they make us think that we're only allowed this much and we're only allowed that much, and we have to earn a living. I'm alive, why don't you earn it?
Yeah, right, true.
Huh?
Yeah.
We just take on these terms and we repeat them without thinking. But I like humor. So for me, it's a little bit like if I got up in the middle of the night and my microwave and my fridge were having an argument and saying, hey, I don't understand why you can't cook food to the fridge, and the fridge says, well, you're no good at keeping, things cool. And then my jug gets involved and goes, yeah, but neither of you can boil water. And so they have this argument. Well, that's what we've been taught to do.
Right.
We've been taught to argue with each other that one's better than the other, but we're all using the same supply.
Same.
And how we use that supply is how we're going to experience life.
Okay.
Right. So for me, once you can tune into it, and as you know, I run spiritual connect to soul retreats.
Yes, I want to talk about that too.
And look, you know, we've just come back from one, and I have to say, I just recently met with quite a few of the people that went, and the change in them, and how they suddenly look at life, and they go, we're never going back. We're going to really stay connected and come from that place of knowing that I am an energy being, and therefore, because it is, we are electromagnetic. Have you ever stood next to somebody and got zapped?
Yes. And just walking.
Or a door. And if you brush your hair, it crackles.
Right.
We are, you know, this is an electrical universe.
Yes.
And so we're part of that. I think the biggest lie that we have allowed is to think we're separate.
Yeah.
Separate. And we're not.
No.
We're not. And so you can't go around killing another person without harming yourself.
Absolutely.
And I think when we actually get that, we might stop.
Well, you know, I always taught my children, you do unto others, like it says in the Bible, right? What you want done unto yourself, because that's exactly what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Treat others as you want to be treated. And, you know, and if we all learned that, then life would be so much simpler.
Yeah. Yes. And okay, so, as you were talking about being connected, you know, all one, and that means like we're connected in spirit. People say, "How are you connected? You're you know, different bodies." I mean, these are people who aren't awakened yet, right? Quite yet.
Yes.
And so, how would you explain that we're connected in spirit? That's how we're one. What, through the electricity and the energy?
You know, I'm a bit concerned about words. You know, English wasn't my first language, but so I had to learn it, and I've become very conscious of words and the connotations behind words. And of course, with, you know, you're American English, and I'm Australian English, and there's English, and and even in there are different connotations. But for me, yes, it's again, I go back to electricity. You know, it doesn't matter how you use the electricity. So once upon a time, as though you call it spirit, but then somehow society gets a hold of that, and it becomes something that it was never meant to be. So I pull away from that, and now I talk about it, my energy self. My soul is my energy self.
Okay.
And so, you know, if you want to use the word God, then I'm an expression of God. You're an expression of God. That God is the supplier. He's the
source.
You know, that is the source of all things, and I'm just a little tiny spark of that. And so I'm God being Yvonne, you're God being Sherilyn. You know, that is what we are. You know, this glass of water is God being a glass of water. And so, because it's all supplied by the same energy. So, of course, we're all connected. So my microwave, my fridge, and my jug, and the computer are all connected through the power that empowers them.
Okay. Very good. Makes sense.
Does that make sense to you?
That makes sense to me. Okay, but then, okay, you add the mind, the all-knowing mind, and we're all part of that too. So that's the God source. I mean, there's so many different connections, right?
Well, what I've understood is that supplier, that energy source, is actually pure thought.
Pure thought. Okay, there you go. And thoughts are things.
Well, thought becomes things.
They become things, yeah.
So if you can understand that, let's say that if this is the supermarket of thought, the only way that we can communicate is through thought. So that's our communication. Yeah. But let's say that I want to bake a chocolate cake, right? Go to the pantry, and I need the ingredients to make a chocolate cake, and so you take them out of the pantry. Now, let's say then that I have a desire or a need in my life, Then I go to the pantry called the universe, called God, called whatever you want to call it, where the supplier is, and I go, this is what I'd like, and then the ingredients come forward. And if I trust those ingredients and I just allow them to come towards me, I will have the best chocolate cake ever. But if I mess with the recipe, it's
it doesn't. Yes, it doesn't come out, and you just got to go with the flow. People don't, really think about that.
absolutely. Look, and that's another thing. This energy flows all the time, and I think, again, it's a separateness, but if you look at nature, what we call nature is flora and fauna, and what we forget is that we are nature.
Right. Yes, absolutely.
We thought that we can control nature. Never thought that. But if we look at, for instance, the flora outside, the flora part of nature, it teaches us all the time how it works. There is flow all the time. I don't see my trees running around going, oh, I'm in the wrong place. Oh, gosh, you've got more soil than I have, and you...
Right. Yeah.
So the more that we become aligned with the nature, the flow of nature outside that's constantly showing us, then, the more at peace we become within ourselves, and the less struggle we have.
Things we need and everything that we believe.